Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Monday, December 12th, 2022. I missed every single one of you from the heart. I mean that. As most of you know, I guess a lot of you didn't get the message because my email box was like, Greg, where are you? I was in Hawaii, as most of you know, Oahu, more specifically, to fulfill the last wish of my best friend in the world, Pearl Harbor survivor Edward Hall. It was his last to be back there with the friends he lost 81 years ago. He was laid to rest on December 7th. It was very difficult for me, honestly, a lot harder than I thought, but he's where he belongs. He's where he belongs right now. All right, people, look, as I said, I am thrilled to be here with you, honestly. And it's already a freak show. Last week, I was not here. I did follow the markets, and, wasn't nothing too dramatic is going on here. It's leading up to the climax, which is this week. So last week, all right, let's just cover that real quick. This market was under some pressure. There's the fear trade going on. Why? What's going on here is because this thing, which is the market, again, it's like a demented child that has to constantly be reassured over and over and over that everything's going to be fine. I mean, so we got the Fed this week, Wednesday, and look, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. And if I'm wrong, I won't even. I'll do something freaky here. We're going to get a 50 basis point hike from the Federal Reserve. Nothing else matters to the market. I mean, look, we have an economy globally. It's just done here. What did we just find out? Real household wealth in the United States just had its largest drop, second largest drop ever in history. People are getting destroyed, crucified, and you keep going on and on here. It's not going to stop. The pressure on the middle class is going to keep building and building and building, as you and I have known it would. I don't know for how long now. It's just not going to stop. Just be ready for it. But the other story here that started to get some news last week is this one here. We heard from the freak, the other freak, the thing, whatever it is, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. I'm referring to Janet Yellenstein, okay? It's another creature that has yet to be defined in my book. I don't know what it is, okay? But she's trying to tell you, this is just almost laughable here. Although we all know this is true. She's trying to raise awareness on side by foreign banks in the derivatives market, saying that they are so massively over leveraged that it could present a global issue. Let me allow you, which you already know, in on a little bit of a secret here. What do we know about the banks? What has this guy here, this guy right here, told you for months and months and months? The banks are in trouble. No deposits, no savings deposits, okay? No loans, no deals. So what have these institutions done? They've went crazy, the investment banks, on derivative bets here. And look, we all know, every one of us here, I think at least should have a slight understanding as to the issue here, okay? What is a derivative? A derivative is something that derives value from something else. Okay, it's very simple. Now, there are layers and layers and layers and layers, both on the upside and the downside with regard to side bets in the derivative markets. And it's in the quadrillions. No one knows how big this is. It's just, look, it's a nuclear bomb waiting to go off here. Now, these institutions, these banks, no deposits, no loans, no deals. Of course, they're going to do whatever they can to try to find some sneaky way around the markets here to keep themselves and their CEOs getting multi-million dollar bonuses here. So what you can expect is, number one is, I've been telling you that it's not the banks that are in trouble. It's you and I who are in trouble. There's going to be bail-ins, bail-outs, and you forget about what's coming down the pike here. The whole financial system is so toxic and so twisted, and it's a freak show of epic proportions on an unprecedented scale. Okay, duh. There we go, my first duh since I got back. And this whole thing here is going to implode on a scale that people can't possibly believe moving forward here. Period. The end. And so Yellenstein warning about foreign banks and the derivatives markets. It's right here. Okay, all the major institutions, they're all doing the same thing. They're all interconnected. They're all intertwined. I think you understand that. And people need to be prepared for what's coming, because it's going to be, like I said, unprecedented. We just found out yet again, U.S. household net worth has its second largest drop in history. Do you think this is by some kind of an accident that this is happening, that inflation continues to rise out of control with no end in sight, that central banks colluding with their respective government leaders, who they're all puppets, are not going to find every way you can dream about, can think about, fantasize about, to continue to inflate? Let's fund this project to the tune of X amount of $1 trillion, billions. Let's fund wars. Let's expand wars. Let's, do this, that, and the other thing to pull the entire population along, and push them off of a freaking cliff. And that's exactly what's going on here. So the freak show, people, it continues and it resumes today on an unbelievable scale. Let's look at a couple of other things here. So the MMRI, the Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, free to you, free to me, link in the description of this video, we're still in high risk zone. We're sitting at about 230. This morning it was 230.4. I was writing this stuff down here. So what does that tell you and I? We broke 300. We know that's the red line in the sand. They float out Nick the Pig and Mary Dolly and whoever they're going to float out, to convince the market that the Fed's going to have the back of it. And that's exactly what's going to go on until this whole thing freaking melts down on a scale that people aren't going to believe. You know that. But this week here, come Wednesday, we're going to get to hear from the supreme it of its and things of things. You can't make this stuff up. It's impossible to do. And my best guess here is a 50 basis point hike. All right. This is more than likely going to get followed up by another 50 and then a pause of some kind here. And we'll see how the market responds. In my view, okay, we have a market that once it gets reassured again that everything is going to be fine, well, we'll probably see this year-end Santa Claus rally that everyone's waiting for. Will it materialize? Keep your eyes on the 10-year yield. Keep your eyes on the relative strength of the dollar and the MMRI. Guess what? Nothing has changed in the last week since I haven't been here. Now, with regard to some other things that we got going on here, I'll tell you, people, it just doesn't stop. But let's talk about the market here. So you got stock futures this morning, right over here. It was slightly in the green here. 10-year yield 3.5. Relative dollar strength, pretty much where we left off here. And as I said, the MMRI 230. Crude oil, pretty wild ride over the week. All right. You know my take on this. They're not going to allow the price of crude to stay low here. They're going to find a way to prop it up. Some event will occur that will cause the price of crude to rise here and people will die. It's always the same story. And I hate that. I really, really do hate that. And I have to say this. My trip to Oahu there, what a place. It's just stunningly gorgeous over there. And I learned a few things. So although I brought my dearest friend in the world to his final resting place, the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific is where he is. And but I learned something from the Hawaiian people, and I took that home with me. I definitely took a piece of Hawaii back, and I definitely embraced the spirit of aloha. It just doesn't mean hello and goodbye. This is a state of being. It's a thing, and I really feel like I got a piece of it, and I think we should all embrace the spirit of aloha. And anyway, what a beautiful place. I hope some of you out here can go visit that place and maybe go see Edward. He's in a beautiful place over there, and it's where he belongs, as I said. All right, people, look, I covered a lot with you here today. We got a couple of warnings. So BlackRock is out again, warning of a severe recession. I don't know why they won't call it a depression. And also, we're getting more warnings, and we've been hearing this for a while here. Global food shortages. Well, of course, what other way to control the population than to starve them? Do I believe that's going to happen? Absolutely. We definitely, I've been saying this for years, marching into something biblical down the line here, and it's probably not too far off here. But remember, you're going to get distracted. Look here. Don't look over here. All the lies, the propaganda, the dog shit, cat shit, bird shit, hippo shit, reptile shit, mongoose shit. I saw a couple of mongoose over there. You know why? All right, people, look, this guy here loves you a lot. I am so happy to be here with you yet again. And I missed all of you. I thought about all of you. I mean that. But we're here. We're together again at last. And we're a team. We're going to get this stuff out there. So I'm going to ask you, as always, please get this stuff out there. I count on all of you. Share the videos. Give me that thumbs up if you think it's worthwhile. I got to get my mojo back a little bit. I was kind of sitting here going, hey, what am I going to do when I came out here to talk? But it seems pretty straightforward. Just look, you and I, we got this covered. They can't beat us, okay? Because although they're trying to destroy us, we still got them by the throat because we're prepared from every single angle, spiritually, physically, mentally. We got each other's backs. We're going to adopt that spirit of aloha, which is, love each other, care about each other, be charitable. It's all that and much more. All right, look, love you a lot. I will see all of you at the end of the day. And, well, like I said, it's great to be back.